What's up guys, it's Mark here, back with another video today. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about something that's a little bit more marketing specific. In fact, I'm going to be talking about Instagram and using Instagram stories to get more engagement and improve your following and stuff like that. Because I've been doing a bunch of experiments lately with the stories, and I really wanted to share some of my results with you guys. So for those of you who don't know, Instagram uses an algorithm similar to Facebook, probably because it's been bought by Facebook, to determine what people want to see in their news feeds now rather than things being in chronological order. So what that means is that a lot of the time for certain profiles, you get a lot less exposure and a lot less engagement than you did back in the day. For example, I now look at the stats on my posts. I have 16,500 followers on Instagram. And each post will now be seen about as much as it used to be when I had 10,000 followers. So I've gained 6,000 followers, but even less people than before see my posts in their news feeds, which is pretty annoying. But at the end of the day, I'm not here to complain about that. That's business. Instagram can do whatever they want. It's their company and we use it for free to make money after all. So I've been really thinking about the story feature and how that all works out and how to get more engagement and stuff like that. And I know that sometimes stories also feature on the explore page and stuff like that, so people can find you through your story rather than through your posts, which can be a really, really handy way. So if someone's going to find you, someone that's never heard of you sees your post in the explore feed, just clicks on it because they're bored. You want that content to be as good as it can be and capture as much attention as possible so that people will follow through to your profile, like some of your stuff, maybe follow you, engage and stuff like that. So what I've been doing lately is I've seen a couple of brands that design content specifically for the story. So it's not like, they post a new image and then take a photo of that or a screenshot and then put that on the story or something like that. They're actually designing images specifically to dimensions just for the story. So I started doing that as well. And what I've noticed is I'm getting a lot more views. A lot more people are replying to my story posts and stuff like that, even though it's essentially the same content, just made more pretty much. So I'm getting a lot more views, I'm getting a lot more people reply, and I'm seeing an increase in followers and stuff as well, which leads me to believe that it's starting to affect whether or not my posts show up in that explore page. So because my story is getting more engagement, more views, more replies, I suspect that it's more likely to show up on that explore page, and so more new users are finding it, and I seem to be getting more followers. And to kind of provide a bit more evidence about why I think that, I've really tapered down on my actual normal Instagram posts in the last few days just to focus on the stories, and I'm seeing more followers I'm getting more new followers than I did before when I was just posting regularly. So anyway, let's move on. So when it comes to creating content specifically for your story, I'll show a couple of examples on the screen now as well. But when it comes to this, you have to keep in mind that there are people with different phones and different screen sizes, right? So you could have like an iPhone and then an iPhone Plus or a Samsung S8 like I have. So what I found works best is in Photoshop, I set my documents up to be 1000 by 1800 pixels. So 1000 wide, 1800 high. And then I set the resolution to be 150 pixels per inch. And this seems to work really, really well. Now, because there are different devices and different device sizes, what I do is make sure that there's a sufficient amount of white space around the outside of the image, and Instagram will just naturally crop it a little bit and it will still look really, really good. And so essentially by leaving that sufficient white space, you can do one design that works across all the devices without having to worry about each particular screen size. I think the next hurdle that people get a little bit confused with is how to upload stuff to the story that you've designed in advance, because you'll notice if you go to post a story, you swipe down and it shows you everything that all the photos that you've taken on your device in the last 24 hours, and that's all that you can post. But there is a way around it. I don't know if it's intentional or whatever, but it can be circumvented. So the way that I do this is I will create a design at these dimensions. I will then go and save it from my computer onto Dropbox. I then go to my Dropbox on my phone and then export the image to the device. And this means that it's only just been added to the device in the last 24 hours. And as a result, I can then post that on my story. If for some reason that doesn't work, another thing that I sometimes do if I want to do some more editing to a photo, I export it straight to Visco, VSCO. I've never heard anyone say the app name, so I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but I just call it Visco. And then I do some editing and stuff, then save it, and that updates the timestamp again to be considered, a brand new photo that you can post straight to the story. So keep in mind, all the testing that I do is really just on Samsung devices, because that's all I only own Android phones, but I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't work like this on an iPhone as well. So yeah, there you go, guys. I hope you found that useful. What I've done now is I just save a template with those dimensions and just reuse the same document every time. And yeah, it's just a really, really quick way to get good content ready for your story. And yeah, I hope this helps you guys out. I hope it helps you promote your creative profiles on Instagram and stuff like that. If you have any thoughts or any feedback on the algorithm and some of the stuff I've mentioned, I'd love to hear what you guys think and how you guys are working to get better engagement and stuff on your profile. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy the video, then fair enough, you're welcome to give it a thumbs down, and I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day.